What's up, guys? If you have looked at any of my videos, you realize I do cover numerology and gematria, and we have got to stop looking at the physical aspects of things and start looking into what the elite, the Illuminati, whatever you want to call them, the darker side, what they um, believe that is the language of the gods, numbers, numerology, and that is what many people are saying. A lot of authors and researchers out there that the Illuminati, one of the paths of becoming enlightened, is learning, becoming a master of words, master of numbers. I'm going to try to make this video as quick and short to the point because it's hard to explain this, but we just really got to start looking at the gematria and the numerology side of things to start understanding certain events and maybe possibly predicting certain outcomes or future events. And I'm just going to jump right into it. Super Bowl 50, it's going to be February 7th. I'm sure it's going to be huge. And Forbes is saying that the average viewer will spend 82 on Super Bowl 50. And that's a lot of programming. And that's a lot of people that are being programmed and mind control to the elites, Illuminati's agenda. And they're using the Super Bowl, especially Super Bowl halftime show, to push for their ideologies and their agendas and put us in a trance-like state of mind and makes us passively go along with this dark sorcery and magic going on. But the halftime show is going to be featuring Coldplay, and also Bruno Mars is supposed to be coming back. And you remember Bruno Mars, where the little prepare behind those people right there, and many people were saying, what were they trying to say? What are they preparing us for? And also the queen of the Illuminati Hollywood, what some people say, Beyonce, she's supposed to be there. And, of course, she is the woman of Jay-Z. And also, if you're not familiar with Illuminati, people claiming to possess special enlightenment or knowledge of something. And also, introduction to gematria is, in Hebrew, each letter possesses a numerical value. Gematria is the calculation of the numerical equivalents of letters, words, or phrases, and on that basis, gaining insight into interrelation of different concepts and exploring the interrelationship between words and ideas. And here's a basic introduction to gematria that discusses that different systems for identifying the numerical equivalents of individual letters, how these letters can be calculated according to the implicit word value of their names. The assumption behind this technique is that numerical equivalence is not coincidental. Since the word was created through God's speech, each letter represents a different creative force. Thus, the numerical equivalence of two words reveals an internal connection between the creative potentials of each one. And that's one reason why we have to start looking at the numerology side of things and the symbolism. And that, just as many people say, that is one of the language of the gods, is using these numbers. And that is probably why the elite Illuminati are so fascinated with numbers and symbolism. And also, let's go and jump right into it. The Super Bowl is going to be at Levi's Stadium. So Levi equals 734 in Jewish gematria. Also, Jewish gematria is supposed to be one of the most complex systems when it comes to gematria and numerology. And it equals 734. And also, 734, what I thought was really crazy, is HARP Mind Control DC USA. I just had to throw this one in there because we know that Super Bowl is going to be filled with mind control. They might be using HARP as well. And also, 734 equals evil, or evil equals 734. That's the numerical value as well. And the atomic age key, 734. And planned nuclear attack, 734. And what are they, this is kind of strange how the atomic age key and planned nuclear attack especially with all the nuclear talks between Russia and China and U.S., especially in the lamestream news. But also October 4th is equals 734. That doesn't mean anything's going to happen on October 4th, but the numerical value is 734. And also, it's all coming together. That's crazy, right? What's coming all together? The elites and Illuminati's plan, and they're going, it's all going to come together in 2016, and that equals 734. And York Wright, Freemasonry, maybe they're behind it. Opening the eye, 734. And just like we know that the supposed Illuminati, they like to use that one-eyed symbolism. And Amen is the true God. Amen Ra. Amen Ra is the true God, equals 734. And the Master Horus, which a lot of people say that they worship Ra and Horus and the one-eye symbolism, and that equals 734. Tails like serpents, it equals 734. The solar serpent, 734. No, you're talking about the serpent, it kind of goes back to Genesis in the Bible and the serpent. And the serpent is a representation of the elite of the Illuminati, whatever you want to call them. They use the serpent because that is just like the Macintosh, the bitten apple represents knowledge, represents enlightenment. And also Lucifer's genetic chaos, 734. And that's it for the numerical value of 734, which Levi Stadium, Levi equals 734, and all those ones I just showed you, those equal 734. That's just a few. There are many, many. I'm just trying to make this video quick and short to the point. That's why I'm talking so fast. But Santa Clara, it's going to be in Santa Clara, the Super Bowl. And if you type in Santa Clara, it's 337, the numerical value. And also necromancer. If you know what necromancer is, a person who practices necromancy, a wizard or magician. And Super Bowl and the halftime show and the commercials is filled with propaganda, mind control, sorcery, magic, and black magic. And it's kind of crazy that also equals 337, same numerical value as Santa Clara, which that's where Super Bowl is going to be, because the halftime show and all the commercials filled with magic and sorcery. And also hell on earth equals 337. And then what are they trying to say here? Also, I am son of God. More Illuminati wordplay here. And God of this age equals the numerical value is 337. And angels of death, 337. And end of Santa. That one kind of put a chill up my spine when I saw this one, when I typed it in. End of Santa, numerical value 337. No, and that's not Santa Claus either. I doubt they're talking about end of Santa Clara. But also illumined, also Illuminati, enlightenment, 337. And there's going to be a lot of supposed Illuminati or Hollywood Illuminati players here in the Super Bowl halftime show, and also in the commercials. And discarnated. If discarnate of a person or being not having a physical body. And if you know what that means reaching enlightenment, becoming enlightened, becoming illumined. So this is just a few of the numerology gematria, of the Jewish gematria, that is, of the calculations of the numerical values of some of the that's pertaining to the Super Bowl 50. I can keep on with this, but numerology can be boring, and especially if you're not familiar with it. I'm still learning myself. It's hard to explain this stuff. I'm not the best speaker in the world, but if we have to stop looking at the physical things and start studying and looking into what the elite, the Illuminati, that they use, or the enlightened ones, they like to use numbers and symbolism, and that's one of the aspects to becoming enlightened. And to best know your enemy, you have to, you got to think like them and you have to act like them. And so numerology and gematria, this is one aspect, this is one weapon, one tool that we need to start using to combat these evil forces in the world, to combat tyranny. And this is just going to be one way. But hopefully I explained it pretty well. This stuff is hard to explain. I'm still learning. I'm still becoming more aware of and just of this type of numerology and gematria. It just gets really deep. The rabbit hole keeps getting deeper day by day. But just let me know what you think in the comments below. Is it going to be another year of Illuminati symbolism and numerology, halftime show, commercials? What's it going to be like? I want to know what you think in the comments below. We only got a few more days, and then we'll find out. But until next time, keep truthing and have a good one.